2019 is coming to an end, ladies and gentlemen, and it is time to wrap up all the things. I have already made some episodes about 2019, and today it is 30th, and I believe it is time to talk about the Overpowered of the year. The most overpowered tank in 2019. Sadly, I am not talking about this E75, what was in front of us, a tier 9 researchable tier 9 vehicle. I am not talking about that. I am talking about Object 279E, because it was made popular in 2019, because the first players were able to redeem it, most of the players were able to redeem it this year. Sooner or later, it doesn't matter, but we are seeing more and more 279Es on the battlefield. And it is not a Clan Wars reward vehicle. Usually Clan Wars reward vehicles are always the most overpowered and so on. This is actually a tank which every single player in this game is able to get, if they play good enough, if they play hardcore enough, if they play a lot. Basically, if they are dedicated enough, they are able to get it. Of course, if you are better in this game, if you are a good player, it is way easier to get 279E. But if you are not super good, it just takes you a lot more time, and you need to be a lot more lucky with some missions to be able to obtain this masterpiece over here. Well, it actually is a masterpiece in its own way, a tank in this game which doesn't have a lower plate, which is a known weak spot on every other tank. This one, or basically on every other tank. On some vehicles, of course, the lower plate is kind of baity, extremely strong and so on. But usually people know that lower plate is something they can penetrate, but when they are looking at 279E, where is the lower plate? Is the first question, of course. And yes, you can argue if this tank is the strongest in the game, tier by tier, or Chieftain, or maybe even Panzer 2J. Maybe Panzer 2J is the strongest tank in this game, tier by tier, but because Panzer 2J is a tier 3 vehicle, I don't think it actually counts, because in tier 3 all you need, and all Panzer 2J has, is armor, ridiculous armor. Just give tier 3 vehicle some extra armor versus all those low penetration guns and you are good. All the rest of the things on Panzer 2J are actually super bad. Gun is extremely bad. You basically have to spam premium rounds to be able to do anything to the enemy tanks as well. Mobility is quite bad. All the other things are quite bad, but on Object 279E this is not the case. And on 279E, you actually have to play the game as well to be able to win, to be able to deal some damage. In Panzer 2J, there are actually so many battles out there, so many 30 replays out there, where player in Panzer 2J is starting the battle and is hiding his vehicle into the base, waiting for all the allies to die, and after that they start farming at all the vehicles who are driving towards him. There are actually so many 30 replays out here like this. If you want to see any of those battles, just let me know in the comments, please too. But in tier 10 battles, you actually have to play as well the game from the get-go to be able to carry it, because even 279E, if it gets circled, if it is in a 1 versus 3 fight, for example, it can lose it quite easily. But now, talking about the win ratios, for example on EU server, Object 279E is by far, or has by far, the highest win ratios in high tiers, 62.83% win ratio. On NA server, 63.89% win ratio, and on RU, 62.53%. But while we are talking about win ratios on 279E, for example, we have to think about two things as well. Number one, this vehicle at the moment at least is owned by really good players. Basically only by really good players who have a lot of experience in this game, because if you are able to complete all those missions, you basically have to play this game, or you must have been playing this game for a very long time already. So that means you already have a lot of experience in this game, and if your experience is combined with one really strong vehicle, this equals higher win ratios, of course. Secondly, what we have to keep in mind looking at those win percentages is that 279E is not owned by too many players. And what that does is usually there is only one 279E on one side, and if that side wins, 279E's win ratio is going to rise through the roof, of course, 100% from that battle. But let's say if we have 10 times as many 279Es on the queue in the matchmakings, one on one side and one on the enemy side, and what that does to the win ratio is that one 279E is going to win, but the losing team who had also 279E in the team has to lose, and win ratio is going to drop. The overall win ratio is going to drop. I have seen this happening to many really good popular tanks. Now, the more popular one tanks gets, the win ratio is going to drop, mainly because you simply see too many same tanks on both sides, and secondly, it is owned by more average players as well, of course. But at the moment, at least, it is not the case, or I haven't seen too many 279Es fighting with another 279E on the battlefield. Yes, it has happened occasionally, but not too many times. So this is why the win ratio can be a bit higher as well than normally. Hopefully you can understand what I'm trying to explain over here. What do you think about this theory, by the way? It should be quite an accurate one. Now, another contestant, of course, is the T95 FE4201 Chieftain. The Tier 10 Clan Wars reward vehicle, the newest Clan Wars reward vehicle. People have been saying that this is also one of the best tanks. Yes, it is indeed one of the best tanks in this game, but looking at the win ratios on RU server, 57.86%. On NA, 58.09%. Once again, really high in public battles. This is actually a really high win ratio for one tank. And on EU server, 57.94%. But Chieftain is actually owned by many more players, and I have seen Chieftain fighting versus another Chieftain more than 279E. Most definitely it is one crazy good tank. It has everything to offer. It has like decent mobility. It doesn't have the best mobility, of course. It is a bloody heavy tank. Luckily it doesn't have the best mobility, but gun handling, firepower, armoring, survivability, everything is over here. And you have been able to see that from this battle as well, basically showcasing everything, armoring, the gun, and how this tank can take a beating. Sometimes gun handling is a bit trollish, but hey, one more shot needed into the cannon and Jagdpanzer, and this guy is a history as well. Boom, there it is, 7 kills. By the way, this battle was played by Tony Empower. Thank you so much for sharing this battle with us. It is a really nice background battle, most definitely. But now you have to be a bit more conservative with your ammunition, because only 8 shells left. There is still 1 artillery left to kill, and full HP STRV 103B as well. And there is actually going to be quite a circus with that STRV 103B. This guy is going to make quite a few mistakes. I mean, STRV is going to make quite a few mistakes. Here it is, full HP, STRV 103B, getting spotted for the first time. And waiting for the artillery. Artillery also should arrive soon. Boom, there it is. Props to the artillery, actually. Many times artillery doesn't really bother repositioning, but this guy decided to drive into the city, was able to put 1 shot in, 110 damage done. That STRV seems like he's going to wait. Well, there is actually nothing else that STRV can do. What is he going to do versus 279E? Face hugging. This is not going to work. This is never going to work. HE is going to penetrate the commander hatch shot after shot. So now Tony is trying to play a little cat and mouse action over here with that STRV. I believe we can actually fast forward a bit. So he's moving back and forth, trying to find different angles, trying to surprise that STRV from different angles, but eventually he decided to move in from the side where that STRV 103B was, but his guy actually repositioned, and here is yet another bounce, by the way. Quick HE shot, 189 damage done. STRV has nowhere to go either. If he wants to win this battle, he actually has to fight with 279E, because Tony is not going anywhere either. and the base capture actually takes so much time. 4 minutes left to go and 4 minutes left in this battle. So once again, trying to gain some distance, trying to surprise that STRV from different angles. Let's see what is going to happen. Tony once again is trying to make that STRV reposition. He's trying to gain some distance, and here it is. STRV is hiding behind all those dead tanks. It is not the best play because now we have the open ground advantage. Let's see. Oh, there is a little hole and quick snapshot into the commander hatch. It goes a penetration, HE penetration, 500 damage done. Into the travel mode that STRV goes, trying to move away, or I do not know exactly what this guy is trying to do. He's basically not even fighting. He's basically like not even fighting with the 279E, but hey, then again, what the hell can you do? HE penetration, yet another one with tracking, I believe, or maybe you knocked out the engine, and boom, one more shot needed, and there it is. This is one dead STRV 103B, ladies and gentlemen. This is Object 279E, aka the Overpowered of the year, the Overpowered of 2019. What do you think about this one? Or do you think any other vehicle is the most overpowered? Chieftain, EBR, artilleries? Let me know what you think about this one. Really nice battle, ace tanker, we have Radley Walters over here, 9 kills, of course, high caliber Top Gun and Steel Wall as well. This is quite a common medal. Steel Wall is quite a common medal on 279E. 10,724 damage done, 1,646 base experience. To get this type of base experience in a tier 8 battle is definitely something impressive. But then again, it is a bloody 279E. 6,100 damage bounced by armor as well. In total, he received 20 shots and only 2 shots were penetrations. 18 shots bounced off. What more can I say other than good job? Ladies and gentlemen, this was my today's episode. But we are not done yet actually, because there is still stuff to give away, and today's prize is going to be quite a big one, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Desmos 2019 is still going strong. This was actually my final pre-made video. This is why I'm not going to announce any winners in this episode as well. Maybe I'm going to do that tomorrow, maybe not, most likely not, we'll see. Maybe in New Year, maybe in 2020, yes, because 2020 is super close. Because I just got back from my little vacation trip. I did some extremely extreme sport, mountain skiing action with my friends. So I'm a bit tired, and we'll see what is going to happen. And tomorrow is the 31st, so some party stuff to do as well. We'll see how things go. Ladies and gentlemen, so just stay tuned. I am going to give away all the prizes still from all the previous episodes where I haven't picked any winners. So what you were able to win from today's episode is quite a big one. A tier 8 premium heavy tank 50 TP prototype. Ladies and gentlemen, tier 8 Polish premium heavy tank is up for grabs. All you have to do for that, beautiful people, is extremely simple. Number 1, be subscribed. Make sure you are a subscriber, because I would like to support people who actually support me. So this is a mandatory thing. Secondly, answer to my today's video question, which is, what do you think what was the most overpowered tank in 2019? Let me know in the comments down below, and if you leave a like and if you join with the notification squad, you are also going to make me happy. I hope you had the best holidays ever, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are going to keep having the best holidays ever. I catch you next time with something else, maybe this year, maybe next year. Stay awesome, take care, and bye.